Hi there, today I wanted to have a chat with you about your diet, specifically how and what and when you're eating during your 40s and 50s, because as I've mentioned before, this is our time of peri-menopause, our lead up to menopause, unless you've gone through it really early. Our 40s is when our hormone levels are starting to change and we're starting to experience those symptoms we associate with menopause. Now, the way we eat and how we eat and what we eat has a huge big impact on our menopausal symptoms. And one of the biggest things that ladies mention during menopause is that spare tire that starts to settle around the middle. Now, I have to tell you, unfortunately, the metabolic system, your metabolic rate does not change in this time. So it's not that your metabolic rate is slowing down. It is probably more to do with how much you're moving, what you're eating and drinking. That is to do with that weight settling around your midsection. So just some broad guidelines on what to eat during this time would include lots and lots of vegetables. All right, so let's think about eating a rainbow. Think about lots of different colors, lots of variety. And our vegetables, that includes all your usual salad veggies that you might think of, but let's also include legumes, beans, nuts, seeds, pulses, all of these things. Lots of variety in the diet is the way to go. In terms of protein, we're thinking about nice, clean sources of protein. Think about eating fish, eggs, meat. Have some red meat. We all need that iron as well. So a good variety of proteins. And then some good sources of fats, so avocados, olive oils, basically buying the best that you can afford to buy. Then the things that we really want to minimize are processed foods. So anything that doesn't look like it did when it was harvested. So for example, a fresh apple would be as unprocessed as it gets. Then if you buy a bag of sliced apples, that's slightly processed, and then your apple sauce would be a more processed product. So going for unprocessed as much as possible, all right, because then we're going to avoid additives. We're avoiding the extra salts and sugars that we really don't need in our diet. The other thing to watch out for is your alcohol levels. So if you are having a glass of wine or a gin and tonic, whatever it is, maybe try and have those just once or twice a week rather than every single night. The same goes for caffeine. Let's keep that to the first part of the day and leaving the afternoon for water, uncaffeinated drinks, things like that. Speaking of drinks, let's also watch the fizzy drinks. All right, they are, I would say, cut them out completely. All right, because we just really don't need that huge sugar load. It really doesn't do us any favors in this time or at any time of life, really. So there we are. They're my basic guidelines for eating during your perimenopause and menopause, because this is going to set you up to have a really good gut bacteria, that good gut microbiome. It's going to help your digestion, helping go into the toilet, eliminating excess waste products and things like that. And it's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you manage your weight. So we're talking lots and lots of vegetables, that variety, that color, good sources of protein, great oils, not to mention your dairy and your carbohydrates. So if you're going to have carbohydrates, they're great. We need them for energy, but let's go for brown rice, brown breads, wholemeal, those kinds of things over white. We're cutting back on alcohol. We're watching our caffeine intake, and let's cut out the fizzy drinks. All right, so lovely. Check out the wellbeingtoolkit.com.au for more advice and ideas of how to manage your lifestyle choices during your perimenopause and menopausal years. My name's Anya, and I look forward to seeing you soon.